Deciding to retire is probably the single biggest financial decision you'll make in your lifetime, and you only get to make it once. Now, in previous generations, people's employers were there to look out for them. But over the last 20 or 30 years, that's changed dramatically. Today, people are in kind of the do-it-yourself world, but it's gotten more complex too. There is so much to know and so many people pitching products. So people don't really have all the information, they don't have all the resources, heck, they don't even know what questions they should ask. And what's making it worse is that some in the financial services industry, those that are supposed to be ready to help as you approach retirement, are focused on a completely different emphasis. You see, what still exists today are those that are just looking to sell a product. They are not incentivized to spend the time doing actual planning, the crucial diagnosis and analysis work. It is difficult to help someone really figure out retirement when the business model is based on a commission to transact, to place a product and move on to the next opportunity. You can see how these two parties might have conflicting goals. Even the advice your company's HR department offers you is limited. They can help in certain aspects and want to, but they don't have the context about what your goals are or even the expertise a credentialed advisor brings to the table. So here it is, the big issue we see. Today, the consumer finds themselves overlooked by their employer and the professionals that are supposed to be helping them with their finances at exactly the most critical time, right before they retire. They don't personally have the time to learn it all or ask the right questions or even know what questions to ask to really understand the complexity of all that goes into retirement. They cannot imagine how things will change when they abruptly exit the working world and alter a mindset from 30 years of habits, saving, accumulating, living within your means, to then suddenly be not working, not saving, and having the confidence to start spending down your own assets in retirement. You can see why the number one financial concern of retirees, regardless of how much money they have actually saved, is running out of money. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough support for this entire group of people, this massive demographic group who are making these monumental financial decisions without any serious professional help. They're going to step into retirement unarmed, unsure, and vulnerable. And yes, many of them are in danger of running out of money, retiring too early, or being forced to retire due to issues such as health or employer downsizing. The opposite is common too, where someone ends up working longer than they needed to, all because they had no one to help them. But it doesn't have to be like that. In fact, deciding to retire doesn't have to be scary or threatening or risky at all, if you can plan ahead and visualize it correctly. I want you to imagine you and your spouse having a conversation just about you and what life could be like in retirement. Imagine sitting down with somebody who actually can help you connect the dots. Not only that, but they would show you visually what it would look like to see your future retirement life compared to your current financial reality. All based on your goals and priorities. How long you think you're going to live. What kinds of things you'd like to do in retirement. A clear understanding of where you are now with the ability to see what ifs in real time, interactively and collaboratively. Understanding the four major risks in retirement: longevity, inflation, expense, and rate of return, while knowing how these have been addressed for you. Imagine sitting down with somebody who cares and is there to listen, advise, and stay with you over the long haul. Imagine your financial advisor being that trusted partner, being the kind of person that you can rely on to navigate life changes, health issues, and unforeseen events that will come up over the next 30 to 40 years after retirement. Yeah, there's a lot of living you're going to do as you write your next chapter of life. Imagine just how comfortable you'd be to know someone's got your back that knows this stuff inside and out, but more importantly, knows you. Imagine having a go-to person who acts as your chief retirement officer. A company you can count on, knowing they have the context that if something were to happen to you, they would take care of your spouse and family with an understanding of what you want and your legacy being passed on to your loved ones how you intended. Just imagine having a team of people at your disposal who specialize in retirement with the process and resources to really understand you, with the time and the interest to guide you to and through retirement. That is real. That is not a fantasy. To create that reality for yourself, there are 5 things you can do right now.